Hello everybody and welcome back to Rome 2 in the DEI mod. You join a clash of titans. On the one side the Republican Roman legionaries outnumbering and surrounding their Epriot opponents, but on the other side the heavy phalanx of Eprius. So we've managed to do a lot of damage to the enemy forces on the flanks. The Roman cavalry has done surprisingly very well, and that has allowed us to encircle these units, which otherwise we could not have scratched with their frontal assault. More of these elite heavy infantry units breaking as their numbers reduce. But our units are breaking as well. We just have to hope that our numbers can crack this large mass of pikes. It's getting to the point where we may even consider dismounting our cavalry and sending them in as infantry to see whether they can find any way through these mass pikes. How are the enemy pike? Well, they're reducing in morale, but they're taking their toll. Let's send this cavalry in as infantry. It sort of demonstrates how concerned I am to do that. But we need to defeat these isolated units if ever we're to break this large mass. This phalanx surrounded on all sides, and yet they continue to hold, continue to inflict casualties. Is there anything else we can do to try and get them to break? Or must we kill them one by one? The pike phalanx that fight shoulder to shoulder. I'm gonna have a beer in their honour, as you've got to give your enemies credit where it's due. And we've got them surrounded on all sides, and this unit has at least finally broken and shattered. They're wavering. Every unit that breaks will weaken the resolve of the remaining enemies and give us a hope of bringing this bloody and costly battle to an end. See legionaries moving forwards. That must be as a result of this unit shattering. how long can the remaining troops hold out, knowing that they're surrounded, the rest of their army has been taken apart, if not systematically, then certainly with aggression and skill. It's a heroic end, but the question is whether it is in vain, or whether this phalanx will have inflicted enough casualties on our legionaries that we have no strength to meet the secondary Epriot army, or otherwise rescue the situation in Italia. We need to withdraw these cavalry. It's entirely my fault that they were in there in the first place. So we can see our legionaries just getting into the pike phalanx there, and individually our legionaries can stand up to any hoplite, but or at least our more experienced legionaries can. But when faced with an organised phalanx like this, is incredibly difficult to break through. I've just noticed on the map an enemy cavalry unit, and it looks like a general, and I do not know where he has come from, where he has been, but we need to deal with the threat. It is perhaps why this phalanx hasn't broken. Let's withdraw these exhausted troops and replace them with fresh ones. Likewise with these. I hope that our fresh troops can get the better of what must now be exhausted pikemen. Indeed, this unit now briefly looked as though it was wavering. So the Triari still heavily engaged. Now the question is, do we advance our general, or generals, to attack the enemy general, or do we wait for this infantry to be defeated, if it will be defeated? This is exactly why I was full of worry before this battle, because this is just two enemy units surrounded on pretty much all sides, and they are holding and inflicting casualties. Only now, with less than half their strength, are they occasionally showing as shaken or wavering. These troops must break now, surely. Less than 100 men. Yeah, they must break surely soon. Thinking positively, this victory could open the way for the recapture of Beneventia. My belief is that this was the larger of the two Epriot forces. But both of them will... well, this one no longer, I suppose, because we killed them all, but the other Epriot army will certainly have good troops in its ranks as well. So, what have we... Let's start organising soldiers for the final assault on the camp. "73 men from 256, and they still hold. There's barely any pikes left. Fresh Hastati. Should we pull out our exhausted Triari? And commit fresh troops. Finally, the enemy break. And we need to ensure they are all taken prisoner. Now this was a fort battle, so I'm going to think that our enemy will be annihilated if I end this. So we lost 1,400 men against the enemy's 4,000 losses. That was not a close victory in the context of the defeats that we've suffered so far in this campaign. That is a resounding victory against what I expected, and I'm very happy with it. The cavalry, 481 kills, 321. You know, they've done great work. The Triari, 337 kills, absolute beasts, taking on the phalanx there. And as much as I feared the phalanx, its kill numbers are relatively low, and that's not so surprising, as it should be a largely defensive formation, allowing the sort of companion type cavalry of Alexander's ilk to deal with the killing blow. But anyway, let's... what shall we do? We could ransom the captives, but no, we'll enslave them. And yeah, the enemy were able to retreat, which is a little bit of a shame. One of our generals must have died. Let's have a look. Who died? An honourable death. Patrici. Was he our faction leader? Did our faction leader die? Yeah. Oh dear. So Agrippa is our new faction leader. This is the problem. Well, one of the problems with Rome 2. And I know they did update it a bit, but you don't get much of a sense of how things are going with your faction. The characters aren't particularly individual, if I can put it that way, and the UI to do with the faction isn't it's functional, but it's not brilliant. So we do actually have enough movement points to finish off this force. So I am just a little bit irritated. He survived managed to escape the fort in the first place. Beneventium. Do we have any idea of the garrison? So Greek militia, Greek hoplites, citizens, archers. So it could be an expensive conquest, but we're not going to recover troops just sitting in Roma because we've got the plague. Oh, yeah, let's reduce the enemy's morale as well. So let's see whether we can retake Beneventium and perhaps split the enemy's territories. Yeah, let's see what we're up against. Yeah, unfortunately, the enemy have a full garrison. You can guarantee that if that was me, I mean, how many turns have they had it for? I suppose they've had it for quite a few turns. I'd probably have a terribly depleted garrison after that fight. But anyway, stop bitching, and get on with the task at hand. I don't think the oh, well, I was going to say I don't think the strength is actually reflected accurately in the bar, but now they've come out to meet us in the open field and they do not have cavalry. I'm thinking it might have been accurate after all, and that is my strategy here, is to pin the enemy with our infantry and use the cavalry to deliver the killing blow. Our Hastati are so depleted, I'm actually going to put some Principes into the front ranks, and we'll have the more elite units in the second rank. We'll have no third rank, which is, you know, historically not accurate, but needs must. So I imagine the enemy are on the other side of this this hill. So actually, maybe we should double time until we get to the top of the hill. Am I actually? Yeah, I am going the right way. I thought then for a moment that I was going the wrong way. I was going away from the enemy. Don't know why. I just got a little bit disorientated with our reinforcements coming onto the map. But yeah, get up on top of this hill. I want to see where our enemies are, and I want to know if they are coming for us or we are going for them. Ultimately, in that last battle, it was pretty handy to have these fresh reinforcements. They were a bit tired having had to march around the enemy camp, but they did benefit us. So let's take up position, and the enemy look like they're coming towards us. So can we? I mean, these militia are not particularly scary. The hoplite, true hoplites, the traditional Greek hoplites in phalanx will be more difficult to break, but yeah, these citizens should be fairly easy, and I suspect that if we can defeat the enemy's lesser forces, the loss in numbers may then cause their remaining troops to crack. And it looks like they're going to form phalanx in the middle of the field and make us come to them. Well, I'm content with that. Content, but not in a rush. So actually, we'll call this video to a close now. A little bit of a shorter one. I'll advance time up until the point we're actually getting into this fight, and then I'll start a new video. Okay, so I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks very much.